Welcome, my friends. Welcome to the Eric Erb Show Live. You can find me on the web at theericerbshow.com, and you can find me on Twitter, twitter.com/The Eric Erb Show. If you like this program, like the podcast, subscribe, give me a thumbs up. You can find me on anchor.fm, The Eric Erb Show Live. Today, I want to talk to you about the impeachment that's taken place on Tuesday morning of President Trump. The House Democrats have sent over the articles of impeachment finally, and we'll get this dog and pony show the hell on the road. So that's going to take place January 21st, Tuesday morning. The articles of impeachment have been received by the Senate. They'll actually start the Senate trial. I've been covering this and paying attention to this very, very closely. I've been wondering, just in my mind, and maybe a few of you people out there listening to this podcast might be wondering, since this is such a sham, it should be an automatic slam dunk for the GOP Senate and to just dismiss President Trump. Well, I was just reading about 20 to 30 minutes ago online, the news, Lindsey Graham, who heads up the Judiciary Committee on behalf of the GOP Republicans, he said there's not enough votes in the Senate to dismiss and acquit President Trump quickly and expediently. So, in other words, they're going to have a trial. They're going to call witnesses. Boy, this is going to be a good show here. Wow. They're going to call witnesses, both sides, the Democrats, of course, and the Republicans. And I don't expect this trial to last much longer than 2 months. I would predict it should be over in about 30 days to maybe 45 days, so a month, maybe a month and a half, just in time for the Iowa caucuses in February. So this is going to be a real humdinger. Everybody, you have 3 or 4 of these senators running for president. They're going to be tied up. They have to stick there in Washington. They can't be campaigning. They can't be fundraising. They can't do anything for at least minimum of 3 to 4 weeks. So that's going to take them off the campaign trail, which is actually good. That's good for people like Sleepy Joe Biden. That's good for Pete Buttigieg. That's good for, of course, it doesn't matter. When you have Michael Bloomberg and you have $52 billion, he's throwing his money around everywhere, Little Mike, as President Trump would like to say, Little Mike's out there blowing all of his money and spending his cash. So that's going to be good. So, but one thing, back to my point, one thing I want to bring to everyone's attention is there's not enough votes, this should stick in everybody's mind, to dismiss this farce of a trial in the Senate. There's not enough votes on the GOP side, the Republican side, to dismiss this. So what that tells me is there's senators, the Democrats are getting to the senators and the media. They're making them feel guilty. Susan Collins of Maine, and you have a couple of them that are wishy-washy on the fence. Of course, Mitt Romney, he's always a pain in the effing ass anyway, from Utah. They're getting to these senators. These senators some of them are rhinos. They don't like Trump. They hate Trump. They're Trump haters. And what's going on is the media and the Democrats, they're getting to these people and making them have second guesses. So they're telling them, hey, if you call witnesses right now, once we get the trial going, let's call witnesses. You'll see how bad Trump is and this and that, this and that. And then you'll have to vote to convict because you know damn well this is partisan. You know damn well that all they need is about 14 votes. If they get a full 14 votes, in other words, 14 senators that cross over, then they can impeach the president. Then they can remove President Trump. But the likelihood of that happening is about, I would say, about almost 0.0001%. It's not going to happen. But again, it questions, and it makes me question the people's the senators' loyalty and the people that say that they're on their own, that they're on the president's side. They're not on the president's side. They're on their own side. They're not by the people and for the people. They're for themselves. They're greedy ass people. It's a very dysfunctional environment. Rick Scott, the former governor of Florida, even said, I was watching him on TV one day a few months back. He even said, it's lucky anything gets done in Washington, D.C., because you're so dysfunctional. Nothing works in Washington, D.C. And that's how they like it with the gridlock. They love that. They don't care. They just want to wine and dine and talk about doing things, and they don't get shit done. That's the bottom line. We, the American people, have to understand that they're useless in Washington. They're very, very, very useless. About the only time they can get something done is if they're threatened. They're threatened by their lobbyists. They're threatened to lose power, or else they're threatened with money. That's the only time these people pull their head out of their effing ass and they get done. So let me know what you think. That's my sound off for the day. This is Eric Erb from the Eric Erb Show Live, coming to you via podcast. You can find me on anchor.fm/The Eric Erb Show Live. And of course, you can find me on the web, theericerbshow.com. And of course, on Twitter, twitter.com/The Eric Erb Show. Love to have you. Like, subscribe. Would love if you feel this podcast is good. If you've gotten anything out of this podcast, let me know. Would love to be able to keep going and going every day and keep this podcast moving. Your donations always help. Thank you and have a good day.